Hi.
Hey.
Wow.
Hi, Michael.
I don't leave this.
Welcome everyone to our next segment of Make a Buzz 2020, our 25th anniversary edition. And we're thrilled to have with us tonight some of the current leadership team. We have Cathy Velazquez, a past chair of the board, Michelle O'Doherty, current co-chair of the board, and Julie Kingstone, co-leader. So welcome everyone.
Thank you.
Nice to be here.
Thank you very much. And we have a guest appearance from Floyd.
That is wonderful. Floyd, I'll have some questions for you at the end. Well, why don't we get started with Cathy? And now you served during some very important years, all the way from 2013 to 2019 on the board, and 5 years as chair. So I know it'll be hard, but maybe if you could share with us what you think one of the more important highlights during that time.
Well, to start, before I get to your question, first of all, big kudos, Julie, to you, Keenan, to you, Michelle, and all of the LiveWorkPlay team for taking this very creative new approach with Make a Buzz 2020 online tonight. I think it's absolutely fantastic. I really hope that all of you have been healthy and well as we all focus on getting communities across the country to the other side of this pandemic curve so that we're all able to move forward. But getting back to your question, so in fact, there are many legacies of the last 5 years, but I think the commitment and partnership from frontline to executive staff to board, as well as use of outside research resources and consultation that resulted in revised remuneration, health plan benefits, and most recently vacation, is recognition of the value of the team.
Excellent, agreed, and I think the team very much appreciates it. All that strategic directions work really positioned the organization as well, and our reputation and public-facing messages, and some of that paid off in exciting ways, and I think that's what Michelle is going to talk to us a little bit about tonight.
Yes, so LiveWorkPlay has, for the last 25 years, have gained a reputation across the developmental service sector with government and with other employers throughout the Ottawa area, and also provincially and nationally. However, in 2019, we had the exciting privilege to receive a BOB, Better Ottawa Business Award. At the 2019 gala, LiveWorkPlay had over 30 people come to support, including past board members, current board members, employers, employees of the organization, members, family members, and volunteers to support the organization in receiving this amazing honor. The BOBs are put together by the Ottawa Board of Trade and the Ottawa Business Journal. And at the gala, there was over 750 leaders from businesses, the public sector, and not-for-profit organizations. LiveWorkPlay is not only recognized for its drive for inclusion, but most importantly, it was recognized for having work that is both meaningful, measurable, memorable, financially viable, and shows leadership and best practices. And so it was great to be able to show the rest of Ottawa, as well as provincially and nationally, that we are committed to financial planning, strong human resources, and strong governance practices.
That was a great night, and I promise I will insert the photo where you and Julie were both quite dignified on stage, and I just couldn't hold it together. But you'll see what I mean, everybody, when I put up the photo. And that brings us to Julie. So what would you like to capture for us that hasn't been said already?
Yeah, I mean, there's always so much to choose from, but I think really developing and refining this idea of just enough support. You know, LiveWorkPlay is all about helping people have a home of their own, a job, enjoying what the community has to offer, and nurturing connections and relationships and friendships. And really, we've recognized over the years that supporting people to have the fullest life, it's really important that our role is providing direct support, but also really acting as a bridge to facilitate the development of opportunities and connections to people so that they can participate in and contribute to our community. it's really sometimes really hard to explain that approach to other people. So we really wanted to take some time and decided to make a video series to showcase some examples of how people we support are living in their own homes, using their own gifts and talents in their day-to-day life, shining as employees and coworkers and accessing services alongside other citizens, having fun and just enjoying time with friends and family, different ways of contributing that they were contributing to community life, using technology and support from paid staff to fill in the gaps. And I think from this time period, that's the highlight for me, and growing together to help the community continue to welcome people that we support.
Well said, well said. Okay, so now I'm thinking what I've typically done, I didn't prep you for this, but with everybody, I've given them a chance to share like a wacky moment or a favorite moment.
I don't have a wacky one, but
Yeah.
Like the things that are most memorable or that stand out for me working alongside the board is just the fellowship that evolves and develops, and whether it's in-person meetings and connecting over the mission of the organization, but also over personal interests and food often, and funny stories or experiences that people share, and that really brings people together, and that sense of meaning and connection of working together to make our community a better place. Those are some of the highlights for me working alongside board members.
So I guess a highlight for me on the topic of food as a board member is that sometimes Julie is great at bringing different types of food for our meetings. And I've had the experience now of expanding my palate and trying mock chicken from Whole Foods and actually really enjoying it. And it was delicious. Another really memorable moment, but not on the board necessarily, but when I was a volunteer for Friday night activities, I was invited as a volunteer to go and meet the Prince and Princess, Kate Middleton and Prince William.
Right.
That was quite a while ago, but that was a highlight of my participation as a volunteer, and really obviously meant a lot to me to be chosen to be able to attend that. And I got to meet them and talk to them about LiveWorkPlay and about the organization, and it really solidified just me wanting to give back to this organization as much as possible. And so that was a really cool experience, and I've continued on volunteering as well as on the board since then, and hope to continue on in the future.
What a great memory, and you didn't even realize that was all, we were just buttering you up to be a board member for the future. So.
All part of the plan.
All part of the plan, and the Royals help, that just makes it all the better. How about you, Cathy?
You know, when I think back, the most memorable moments for me, I mean, the board, there's no doubt the board worked very, very hard with the executive staff and accomplished a lot. But for me, it was those moments when I would be walking down the street or at a mall or in a store and just happen across one of the staff members, one of the volunteers, one of our members or their family. And there's just such a sincere sense of friendship and of being part of the family that I truly do miss. And I really look forward to the day in the very near future, we all hope, when we will be able to reconvene again and share those opportunities of gathering and sharing in person that sense of friendship and familyness.
Very true, and that makes me think of family feasts. And it was also during this time period that the board really committed to basically attending all of them, and very few of you ever missed one over the past 5 years. And one of my favorite things from that is when you would all sit with different family members and others at the tables, and maybe sometimes not really knowing who you are, and they would tell you things. And they're sometimes quite comical and informative opinions that we otherwise would not have accessed. So that was an investment in community that I really paid off in a variety of ways for me.
Absolutely.
Well, thank you so much for being a part of it.
All right, bye.
Bye. Bye, guys.